Anybody in the business world knows with half a brain that there are some conversations that are just too sensitive to have online. And it's not just a business thing. When you send an email or a text message, anything you say is potentially frozen in time for all eternity, with the real possibility that the wrong people could end up reading your words. But that could all be changing thanks to a privately held company called Confide. So tonight we're going off the tape to take a closer look at this company, and it could be a real game changer when it comes to confidential communications. See, last month Confide launched an eponymous app for the iPhone that's basically an off-the-record mobile messenger, combining encryption with disappearing messages so that you can have a genuinely confidential conversation online, which you know you can't have now. We know that people have been using Snapchat for that same purpose, but Confide is different. For starters, it's totally text-based, which, of course, makes it a little less fun. But beyond that, it's a lot more secure than Snapchat, which makes it more useful. The reason? You can't just take a screenshot of a Confide message before it disappears. With Confide, the whole message shows up blank, and you have to move your cursor over the words to make them show up. And even then, you can only see 2 words at a time. You might think that an app like this could be used for, say, unethical criminal activity. At the Delivering Alpha conference back in July, I even asked Preet Bharara, who's the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, about Snapchat and insider trading. Take a listen. Can the bad guy Snapchat go buy Leap Wireless at 3:45 on Friday and get away with it because you don't have the technology to stop it?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, I know he does now. But on the other hand, there are a lot of legitimate areas where Confide could be really useful. It's really good for human resources issues, for deal discussions, opinions on sensitive topics, not to mention, of course, gossip. Now, today the company announced that it's raising $1.9 million in seed financing from a host of venture capital players. We want to take a closer look at this cool new technology with John Broad. He's Confide's co-founder and president, used to be at AOL. Mr. Broad, welcome to Mad Money.
Thanks for having me.
All right, John, does this message self-destruct within 15 seconds or even earlier? Show me.
Even earlier. Here we go. All right. You simply click on the message.
Okay.
And as you said, it shows up with what we call wanding.
Right.
So as you move your finger across the message, it reveals the message. Confide lets you have honest, unfiltered, off-the-record conversations with private messages that self-destruct. You can communicate with confidence.
Is that message right there on any machine anywhere?
It is on this device.
But how about a server?
It's actually on a server right this second. As soon as I hit close or reply, it gets deleted from our servers and it gets wiped clean from the device.
There is no way that the NSA, and I'm serious, because people don't want the NSA sneaking in on their lives. There's no way the NSA can read this.
Deleted from servers, wiped clean from the phone. No way.
Any way that if someone were to subpoena your company because you wrote that somebody was not worth hiring because they had an alcohol problem?
Well, here's the thing about subpoenas, right? So this is end-to-end encryption. As soon as I send the message, it gets encrypted. And as it crosses our servers, it's encrypted. We couldn't decrypt the message even if we wanted to or tried, which of course we don't want to. The only thing that can decrypt the message is a unique key on the recipient's phone.
You can So if
we got subpoenaed, we could turn over encrypted files, but there is no way that we nor whomever is subpoenaing us could actually decrypt those.
Wow. Okay, now, confidential, don't forward.
Right.
Good idea, right? I mean, This is because I write confidential, don't forward, and that means that it gets forwarded.
Right.
That's done.
Right. No, that's exactly what this app is for. Anytime you say confidential, don't forward. Anytime you say, hey, you know what? Let's take this offline. I'll give you a call. Or hey, can I get your work email address or your personal email address? I want to take this off the work servers.
Okay. So immediately, I would imagine that there are businesses all over the world that want this because it's what we all want to do because we can't get a hold of each other on the phone all the time.
That's right. And you bring up a great point. We have private, confidential, impermanent discussions all the time, right? It's called a business phone call. It's called a meetup, a cup of coffee with a colleague. All we're trying to do is bring that proven offline convention online. But importantly, we're doing it in an asynchronous way. So both you and I don't need to be available at the same time for a phone call in order to communicate on Confide.
Okay, so I went down and I downloaded it. And I wasn't sure how you made money.
Yeah, well, we don't yet.
Okay.
And one of the nice things about having just raised nearly $2 million is we won't need to for a long time, which will allow us to really focus on the product and ensuring that we're delighting our users, amassing a large, loyal, and valuable audience. Over time, we think that the premium is really the way to monetize this app, much like LinkedIn.
But will this have to work its way up and that suddenly an information technology guy says, you know what, everyone in this office is using this thing, maybe we should use it?
Yeah, so importantly, it's not an enterprise app, it's a professional app, right? So we're not targeting CIOs here. We're targeting guys like you and me,
Right.
Who work in professional business.
Okay, well, into the ratings. First guy says you should hide name and subject as well. Can that be done?
Yeah, you know what? We can do that. This is not about super secret NSA level stuff. This is largely being done with trusted people. But the idea here is we don't want to have certain conversations with permanent digital records. We don't want you and I to both have copies of things. So for those purposes, we want to use Confide.
All right, one last question.
Yep.
When I saw the people who are giving you money, they are all people who I think could write a check for a huge amount right now and buy this company. Will one of them do that, or is that not your strategy?
It's funny. We get asked the exit question a lot. We're 3.5 weeks in, so we're really focused on the entrance, not the exit at this point. We did raise almost $2 million for some great companies: WGI Group, Lair Ventures, Google Ventures.
Google Ventures is what made me think they could buy you.
SV Angel, and look, potentially, but right now we want to put our heads down for the next 2 years, really grow the product, scale this thing both domestically and internationally. Interestingly, we've been live for 3.5 weeks. We've had a usage in over 110 countries around the world, right? So this is a real global need that we're solving.
Yeah,
here.
I had one today where I had played telephone tag for 3 days. And I just, to do something that was too sensitive to put an email. And if I had it, I would have just been done. I would have had it done on Friday.
That's it.
That's exactly
Incredibly
right.
Efficient,
Well,
confidential, impermanent, off-the-record discussion.
It's what we want. That's John Brown. He's the co-founder and CEO of Confide. You will hear about this company. You know what? You can go download it. I did. Stay with Cramer.